Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In a lot of my older videos, I've spoken about habits that have changed my life, spoken about habits that I've recently inculcated, and I've also spoken about just general habits that have made me a better person. But in today's video, I'm going to talk about some habits that I wish I had started sooner. Now, these are some habits that I only started very late in my life, and had I started them about 5 years or a decade earlier, I would have seen much better results come to me. The hope of this video is that in case you don't already have these habits, take this as a sign to get started with them and you will see a lot of benefits come to you. And with that, let's get started. The first habit that I want to talk about is starting a side hustle. Now for me, I started my side hustle only in my third job. For the first two jobs that I had, this idea of having something on the side of it didn't even cross my mind. The first side hustle I had was that of being a freelancer in the space of digital marketing and social media management. And I worked with a lot of companies from Philippines and Israel, and I was just helping them with a lot of their social media strategies. The next side hustle I had was starting my YouTube channel, and of course rest is history. But only when I started these side hustles is when I realized how important it is to have one. When I was in my first two jobs, there was a point where I absolutely hated everything that I was doing there. The role was not that great, my boss was horrible to me, and everything just seemed wrong. But I couldn't quit my job and go out looking for something else because I had a lot of financial responsibilities. Similarly, the company that I was a part of wasn't doing very well either, so there was always this constant fear of losing the job. And being in this kind of a headspace is not a good idea. Having a side hustle is sort of like an insurance against all of these problems that are very commonly faced by all of us. Stuff like not liking your job, not liking your boss, being in a job that's very uncertain, just general uncertainty that the country and the economy brings. And side hustle is something that if you have on the side, if you just dedicate even a couple of hours in a week, you're able to create a sizable income for yourself, which can either become like additional income or can even turn into a full-time career for you. Today, if I look back and imagine starting my side hustle much earlier in my career, probably in my first job itself, I would have become a business owner much earlier in my life, and I would have probably had a much better sort of career trajectory. So just an indication for all of you that if you don't already have a side hustle, you should have it. Every single human being, whether you're a student, a freelancer, a working professional, or a homemaker, you should consider having a side hustle, because it doesn't take a lot of time and effort to have something going on in the side, but it has a potential to become really, really big for you. The next habit that I want to talk about is documenting my days. Now, this is something that I've actually started only a couple of months back. I had a member of my team, Shivani, who introduced me to this concept, and it wasn't a groundbreaking concept as such, but she was the one who pushed me to do it. So by documenting my day, what I mean is every day, all of us have a lot of different experiences, thoughts, ideas, and just a lot happens in our life, right? And a couple of months later, or even a couple of days later, we completely forget what happened on that day. Documenting your thoughts and your days in a digital format, either in audio format or in your iPad, notebook, anywhere, is generally a really good idea, because you're able to look back, see the kind of thoughts that you were struggling with, and it really lays in front of you the whole journey that you've had. Imagine going back and looking at some of the documentations that you've made a couple of weeks or even a couple of months before. You would see the kind of growth you've had as a person. You'd be able to look back and reflect upon the kind of mistakes that you made, and it just makes you a much better human being. For me, ever since I've started doing this, I have been able to make much better decisions, not just in business, but even in my personal life. I'm able to really look back on things that I've done, and I'm able to make a lot of deep insights about my life. And honestly, I really enjoy doing this. The way I do this is I use an app called Journify, which is an audio recording app where every night before going to bed, I just audio record whatever I faced in that day, whatever I'm feeling on that day, and then it is all stored in one place on that app. But you can do this in your notebook, you can do this on a Word file, you can do this on your iPad or any digital device you have. The point is to just jot down everything that you're feeling and everything that you're experiencing through the day. The next habit that I want to talk about is not comparing myself to others. Now, I know this sounds super basic, and it in fact sounds like an obvious thing, right? Why should you compare yourself to others? But how many of you can honestly put down in the comments that you don't compare yourself to anybody in the world? The thing is that we are just trained to do this. We are trained by our education system, by our society, our culture, to constantly be in this competition with other people. And it was something that had gotten really deep inside me. Especially when I started off as a YouTuber, my career became really public. I was able to see how many likes others were getting, how many views others were getting, what kind of subscribers everyone had, what brands everyone was working with. And it was so easy for me to get into that spiral of constantly seeing what others are doing and comparing myself against it. As much as, sometimes it's a good idea to keep a track of your competition, it's generally not a very good idea to be constantly comparing every single element of your life. Whenever I would see a travel vlogger, I would look at their life and be like, oh my God, this is so amazing. Or when I would look at a beautiful photo of somebody on Instagram, I would be like, wow, their life looks so beautiful. And this is just honestly something that happens with all of us. And, it was in 2019, after a month or I think 2 months of therapy, is when I realized that this was the one thing that was stopping me from doing so much more in life. So the way I was able to stop comparing myself to others was by actively writing down everything that I wanted in my life, things that I cared about. So I made a very, very clear demarcation in my notebook about things that I cared about and things that I had absolutely no interest in chasing. And when this list was right in front of me, I was able to then, move on very easily. Whenever I would see somebody do something which was on my not chasing list, I'd be like, great for them. I actually started feeling a lot happier for them. And I started feeling much better about my life and myself as well. Having a very clear idea about what your dream life is, what your rich life is, and what is it that you are chasing makes it really, really easy for you to not compare. So for me, making this list was a really effective idea. If you want to try it out, I would definitely recommend that you try it out as well. The moment this pressure of being the best at everything and constantly being in competition with everyone is lifted from you, you start performing at your best. This happened with me as well. 2019 was the lowest year of my life because I was actively comparing myself to every single person. And in 2020, when I stopped that because of all of this active journaling that I did and therapy that I did, I came to a point where since 2020, I have been able to perform at my absolute best. And in my career, in my life, in every aspect, I've done better than all other years. So I would definitely recommend that you try it out and actively use this as a way to stop comparing yourself to other people. And the last habit that I want to talk about is investing. Now, thankfully, I was one of those people who started investing not too late in my life, but I actually started investing around my second job. For my first whole job, I did not invest a single rupee. And investing, if you understand the concept around it, it's all about timing. The earlier you start, the better you're able to see returns. Every single year that you delay into investing adds so much more pressure and adds so much more requirement from your end to see a bigger amount at the time of your retirement. The basic concept of investing that comes into play is compounding, which says that if you invest money today, whatever interest is added on to that amount becomes your principal for the next year, and so on and so forth. So your money grows exponentially because the more the number of years, the more the return you get. So if you are somebody who hasn't started investing, it's high time that you take action now. Doesn't matter if you are in your first job, even if you are a student, or you may be a working professional, or anybody. At any point in your life, if investing isn't something that you've explored, you should definitely consider getting started with it right away. I look back and I reflect at how much money I lost because I did not invest in my first job, and it's significant. I've probably lost close to 50 lakhs in my portfolio, if I look back at it, it's absolutely crazy. So looking back at my mistake, I would recommend that you don't make this mistake. If you'd like to know how to get started with investing, I have a lot of really basic videos on my channel. I will leave them in the description box below. Make sure that you go ahead and check them out and get started with something really basic as mutual funds. It's not going to be a lot of effort. It's not going to be a lot of work. 500 rupees a month in some basic mutual funds, and that's it. That's how you get started, and then you can grow from there. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you got some information out of it. Make sure to follow all of these habits that I've spoken about. These have made the biggest difference in my life, to the extent that every single day I kind of have this tiny little regret somewhere in my head that I wish I had started with these sooner. And with that, I close this video. Do let me know if you have any such habits that you'd like to recommend to me as well as the community. The comment section is open, and I will see you next time in my next video. Bye bye.